Drop it!
Dude, I just want my wife, man. I just want.
Listen, man.
I don't know what
Take it, boy! Take it. Hey! Hey!
Oh, you gotta do it! Oh! Hey!
January 12th, 2002 at 1400 hours in Chicago, Illinois, USA, a police officer on patrol was stopped by civilians in the middle of the street. This person reported that a man had broken into a nursing home. Initially, he used the saw to cut trees on the street, then suddenly rushed inside the building, through a side door.
Went into that door right there?
Yeah, that front.
Immediately after reporting to the dispatch, police immediately arrived at the entrance of the nursing home. However, the door was locked at that time, forcing them to knock several times before a staff member opened it.
Hey! Hey, what's going on with this guy?
I don't know, he came in here.
Hey, can you hold this door open?
Yes,
More police
please.
are coming.
The nursing home staff was also unclear about what was happening. To facilitate faster access for the reinforcement units, the police requested to keep the door open and proceed further inside. At a turn, they suddenly faced the suspect holding a chainsaw. The man initially stood still, but upon seeing the police, he immediately became agitated. He started the engine and attempted to lunge at the officers.
Hey, drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it!
Fortunately, the chainsaw malfunctioned. It only ran for a few seconds before shutting off. The individual turned his back and walked away, completely ignoring the police.
I'm just in the front lobby. You want me to leave? Yes.
Step it up!
I'm not leaving here without my lady! Where is she?
Step it up!
Where's my...
Drop it!
Dude, I just want my wife, man. I just want...
Listen, man.
I don't know what
Take it up, boy! Take it. Hey! Hey! Hey, right here! He's right here! He's right here!
Since most residents in the home are elderly and have difficulty moving, so as soon as the suspect tried to restart the chainsaw, the police immediately used a stun gun to subdue him. However, the effect was not significant. He only twitched a bit and then sprang up, directly confronting the police. Fortunately, the support units had just arrived. Perhaps realizing there were too many officers, he suddenly lunged deeper into the hallway, intending to attack the level of danger reached its peak, forcing them to immediately switch to emergency
Shots fired!
From the perspective of the threatened officer, the man suddenly lunged straight at him. The officer immediately fired his gun, hitting the target, causing him to stop. He dropped the chainsaw and attempted to take an elderly man in a wheelchair hostage. Very quickly, the officer fired another shot, hitting him. The suspect was later identified as Daniel Escalera, 41 years old. He was taken for emergency treatment and managed to hold on for about 2 hours before passing away. The forensic report showed there was a large amount of methamphetamine in his system, the narcotic at the time of the incident. He was in a state of severe. The fatal shot was determined to have been fired by the second officer, hitting the liver area. According to records, Daniel had a criminal record spanning 25 years and had been monitored by special task forces, but was still bailed multiple times. March 15, 2002, the Kane County Prosecutor's Office concluded that the officers had not committed any wrongdoing. The case was officially closed. December 9, 2002 at 10 o'clock on Interstate 40 in New Mexico. State Trooper Sharon Doran was on patrol when she noticed a pickup truck tailgate. So she signaled for the vehicle to pull over for inspection. Because the vehicle's windows were too tinted, Officer Sharon Doran could not clearly observe inside the pickup. As she approached the passenger side, a bullet suddenly shot through the window, aimed directly at her. Fortunately, Sharon reacted extremely quickly. She dropped to the ground according to proper technique and immediately returned fire. However, the shooter inside the truck quickly hit the accelerator and fled. At that moment, adrenaline surged, causing Sharon to barely feel any pain. She returned to her patrol vehicle, reported the situation, and initiated a pursuit.
K98, shots fired, shots fired. White Arizona pickup truck headed westbound. Shots fired, shots fired.
Initially, Sharon intended to check the vehicle that was following too close, but because the windows were too tinted, she could not see inside and was ambushed unexpectedly.
What's your location in
K98, I'm in pursuit. I've been hit in pursuit. He's eastbound on I-40, just east of my location. White Arizona plate, white GMC Arizona plate, passing the 131.
Although wounded by multiple gunshots, Officer Sharon still persevered in the chase. She drove while updating her location. Sharon was a seasoned state trooper who had served 7 years in the force and was also an FBI task force agent. With steely resolve, she did not falter.
Do you have any driver descriptions at all?
Single male driver. The windshield, I hit the windshield. Unsure if he's hit. I hit the back window area in pursuit.
Trước tình hình khẩn cấp, Trung tâm điều phối phát lệnh tăng viện toàn khu vực.
Also send all additional units available. Yeah, for all check up to all units in the D5 area. The vehicle to be around to I-40 eastbound milepost 131 at this time. We got shots fired. K98 was hit. She was pursuing the white GMC vehicle.
Strangely, the pursuit lasted only 2 minutes. As the suspect was accelerating, he suddenly decelerated, then pulled the vehicle onto the shoulder. Sharon felt more anxious than ever.
I believe he's gonna pull over. I don't know, he's got hazards on. It looks like he's getting rifle ready or something. I'm gonna keep distance.
Air support in the area. We definitely get air support in the area.
Fearing the suspect was prepared, Sharon quickly drew her patrol rifle. However, due to her injured left arm, she could only use her right hand to disengage the safety, rested the rifle against the windshield, ready for the worst-case scenario.
Fucker. Ah!
In a state of extreme tension, Sharon was fully focused on the suspect, not realizing that the magazine had fallen out of the rifle.
Okay, go on to K98. Did the vehicle pull over?
Affirmative. Driver is standing outside with his hands up. Driver standing outside with his hands up. Stand by 10-3 air.
Just when it seemed a new gunfight was about to erupt, the suspect suddenly raised his hand in surrender. This unexpected turn of events led many to wonder whether his conscience had awakened. Even though the suspect surrendered to Sharon, by now her left arm was no longer functional. She still had to make the most sensible decision to secure the scene. Sharon knew full well her arm was injured and almost immobile, so she decided to hold her firing position, maintain a safe distance, and wait for backup to arrive.
Turn around! I'm gonna just hold my position until another unit comes. I can barely move my left hand. That's where I was hit. I'm gonna wait until further units come. He's got his hands outside he's standing outside his unit. I'm too far away where he can hear me. 10-4.
10-4, too far away to hear me. Can you break check on 516? We're letting Laguna know.
Can you hear me?
Agencies, also we'll let APD and surrounding units know as well. BC so as well.
I've got Laguna PD.
10-4.
By this time, many police units in the area were en route to the scene. From the moment shots were fired to the arrival of the first ambulance, only 6 minutes had passed. An officer from the Laguna Police Department immediately arrived. But at that moment, another incident occurred. A vehicle, an RV, suddenly stopped right behind Sharon's vehicle. The driver got out of the vehicle.
Go! You, go!
If you look closely, you can recognize this RV as the same one with the suspect from the beginning of the video, when Sharon signaled to pull over. Could it be that the RV driver was involved?
Get back in the vehicle!
Sharon issued a warning signal, but the real connection was still unclear. At the same time, the Laguna officer stepped out of his vehicle. Gun at the ready, he asked Sharon for an update.
I don't know. He was next to that guy that shot me. Get down on the ground!
At this point, only 2 officers were at the scene. Sharon could hardly continue fighting. Meanwhile, the RV driver showed no threatening behavior. Sharon decided to leave the suspect in her partner's custody, and she went herself to check the man who had just stepped out of the vehicle.
Hey, man. Hey. Just worry about him for now. I'll keep my eye on him. You come here. You come here. You come here. Come here. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Put your hands behind your head.
That's my son.
Yeah, he fucking shot me.
He did.
Yeah, no, I'm bleeding for no fucking reason.
I'm sorry.
Put your hands behind your back.
Dumb son of mine.
Lúc ấy, trong đầu Sharon như có hàng vạn con ngựa lao qua.
She had just been shot. Her left arm could not move, and now she discovered that the shooter was her son, the man standing in front of her. He explained, a reasonable explanation for why the 2 vehicles had traveled close together throughout the journey. But blood had been shed. An apology could not undo that. Nevertheless, Sharon still acted according to protocol.
Get up.
Stupid idiot son. I'm so sorry, man.
Sit right there. Sit right there.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
I don't know where I threw your knife, but don't move.
I'm not gonna move.
On the opposite side, the suspect had raised his hand in surrender and slowly walked toward Officer Laguna. With no resistance, he was handcuffed on the spot.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Get your right hand. Reach to the back of your shirt. Lift up your shirt. Turn around. Put your hands on your head. Put your hands on your head.
That he cooperated in this way, perhaps because his father had persuaded him. After Sharon was shot, the father was the RV driver and had no idea what was happening. When he saw his son's vehicle being pursued by the police, he immediately called and ordered his son to stop the vehicle.
Anybody else in the truck?
Just my pet cat, Cat's on, that's all.
What's the gun?
Sitting on the center console.
Sitting on the console?
Yes, sir.
Okay, get up.
After handcuffing and checking the suspect, Officer Laguna intended to take him to Sharon's patrol vehicle, because the case fell under the jurisdiction of the state police. So after arresting the suspect, Sharon did not need any further contact, but she still firmly refused.
Do you have a dog in there? Do you have a dog in there?
No, it's on the other side. Can you put him in your unit? I don't want to deal with him right now.
Okay, all right. Let's go.
After the search, the officer locked the suspect temporarily into his patrol vehicle. At the same time, support units and medical personnel arrived at the scene. The medical staff quickly took out the first aid kit and began bandaging Sharon.
No, the vehicle's not clear yet. Yeah. Hold it. Give me it. Sorry.
There's something in my eye, guys. This one here fucking hurts.
Yeah, you got blood. Shrapnel. You probably have some shrapnel in there.
Okay.
Not only was her left arm wounded, but she was also cut by shrapnel near her eye. After informing her family of her safety, the adrenaline in her body began to wear off. She began to feel the tremendous pain clearly. The storm of pain made Sharon slump down. Her hand trembled violently. A state trooper noticed she was breaking down, immediately gave her a few ibuprofen tablets to relieve the pain.
3.
Do we have
Where's the second?
a unit coming up from Albuquerque? We need someone to go with her.
Selena's on her way.
Selena? Good.
Let me call her.
Okay.
Sharon's injuries were too severe. The medical team quickly loaded her into the ambulance. and rushed her to the hospital for emergency treatment. Meanwhile, the remaining officers continued the investigation and collected 10 pieces of evidence at the scene. Then the suspect's identity was confirmed. Robert Nelson, 31 years old. He had only a minor glass shard cut on the back of his head, but that did not diminish the gravity of his serious crime. That night, Robert was held at the Cibola County. He was charged with multiple counts, including attempted murder and assaulting a police officer, and discharging a firearm from a vehicle, and resisting law enforcement officers. However, since the victim was Officer Sharon, a member of the FBI task force, the case was immediately escalated. That very night, the FBI issued an arrest warrant for Robert, charging him with conspiracy to kill a federal official. While Robert was still unconscious in the jail cell, a second arrest warrant was executed.
I'm here to serve you a warrant, sir. This is your copy. This is a federal warrant from the FBI for the incident this morning.
March 13th, 2002, Robert pleaded guilty to all charges. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison and will be subject to 4 years of supervision after release. As for Sharon, the injuries to her arm and face left permanent aftereffects. In a later interview, she choked up and shared, "I truly regret stopping that vehicle that day. If not, none of this would have happened. I would not have been injured." Nonetheless, her courage and resilience were recognized. After returning to duty, Sharon was awarded the Medal of Valor by the state governor. The police department also officially promoted her from sergeant to chief. Thanks you for watching the video. Please like and follow to get many more exciting updates.